What's a hard-to-swallow pill that everyone should know? Your mental health and trauma is your own responsibility to sort out. It's difficult and unfair and takes a lot of hard work and can be completely exhausting to deal with. But if you ever want to be happy and maintain meaningful relationships, you've got to do it. Climate change is real and we have to change a lot. Your physical attractiveness isn't entirely in your hands. It also decreases the older you become. Your feelings or opinions are not always valid. Being silent about something that matters so much to you won't just make it go away. Use your voice as much as you can. Don't be afraid to speak up. Promises are nothing but wasted words most of the time. There's nothing genuine behind them. People you love will hurt you. Sometimes on accident, sometimes on purpose. It's important to recognize which form it is and what happens afterwards. Intention and outcome are rarely coincident. Nobody cares. People generally don't change, especially when they outright tell you so. So much wasted time waiting for an otherwise amazing guy to realize I was awesome too and commit to me. So much time angsting over someone I didn't trust, or who would be perfect if they didn't drink so much, compromised more on things, stopped going on Tinder, sort out their anger issues, other red flag. Unfortunately, it's something you kind of have to figure it out on your own, but there are plenty of awesome people out there who would suit you as they are. Don't try to go out with someone who you are trying to change from the start. Keep them as a friend and save yourself the heartache. Life is full of paradox. Your baby is both extremely small and so big. Your life is both totally insignificant and uniquely critical. Life can seem extremely long or pass in the blink of the eye. Some event can seem to be the worst thing ever and end up being a massive blessing in disguise. The only difference is in our perspective. The hard pill is that it's entirely up to us to determine which perspective we take. You only spend your whole life with one person, and that is yourself. If you don't like or enjoy being around yourself, you will have an issue. Do you hate conflict? That's fine. Do you avoid conflict by not giving your real opinion or just saying what the other person wants to hear, because it's easier? By doing this, you're taking control of the outcome and spinning it how you want it to be. This means you take away the other person's agency, and take away their right to make their own choice on how they'll respond. Children being cute isn't a good enough reason to have children. Not in the slightest. There are no absolutes and almost nobody knows what they're talking about. Many of the problems you created yourself. Just because you're kind to people doesn't mean they will be back to you. There's a lot of shitty people in the world but also a lot of kind people. You just need to find your tribe, so to speak, and people that share your core values. That there's no one type of guy who attracts all women. All women are attracted to different types of people no matter what. And being hypermasculine 6 female supermodel Viking with an 11-inch dick, perfect abs and hulking muscles who knows how to fix cars, play sports, swing an axe, drink lots of alcohol without getting drunk, never showing negative emotions, driving pickup trucks, all while being able to fight off dangerous animals, people is not what is required for women to like someone, nor is it what all women find attractive. The sooner people who think like that learn to accept that, the happier they'll be. Your government will not serve in your best interest and many times actively against it, unless you're a huge corporation or ultra-wealthy individual. Your kids didn't ask to be here. It's not their responsibility to make you happy. Abortion pill. Even if you do everything right during pregnancy, you take all the prenatal vitamins, take good care of yourself, eat the healthiest diet and have the best OB/GYN on the planet, your child could still end up with special needs. People will walk out of your life at any time for any reason. You can't control that. If someone decides they are better off without you, it sucks though, don't get me wrong, then you have to let them go. Don't live to fall in love. Disney was a big fat lie. Your health will possibly deteriorate at some point, and it's possible that nothing you can do will fix or control it. You can't love animals and eat them too. Life isn't fair for anyone. It's not about you. Not everyone has the best intentions at heart, everyone first and foremost care about themselves before others. Do not swallow half a kiwi or anything else in that diameter range out of being in a hurry when you're even slightly in risk of throwing up later that day. Just don't. Don't drink in kiwi. Source. Experience. You won't always get closure. Something I was told when I was a teenager. Nobody ever promised you a rose garden. Life is full of bad shit for everyone. Don't take it personally if you can manage, because you're here now and responsible for putting effort into your own future if you want things to be better. Happiness is fleeting. A deep sense of contentment and safety is long-term. In some relationships you are the toxic person. You can never be good enough to guarantee that someone won't hurt you. Or that you won't hurt others. Fish oil. The pills are huge and taste awful. You are responsible for your behavior. Nobody else. It's literally that simple. You can't always control what happens to you or the emotions you feel, but you can control how you respond to them. Wants and needs aren't always clear, but they should be, especially during the pandemic. By needs I mean total essentials that you would literally die without, like shelter, food, drink, financial stability, security and health. Your well-concreted plan for life aren't always gonna turn the way you wanted it to be. Your parents are just normal people like you, they make mistakes just like you. Not everyone's good enough for love. Failure is a necessity of life. It fucking sucks, but not everyone has 100% foresight in everything to be successful. Don't pull your confidence from your appearance. Looks always fade, everyone gets old. We judge others based on their actions but yourself on your intentions. We can often justify our actions with our intentions but disregard those of others. Most conflicts, miscommunications and general misunderstandings stem from this. Acknowledging this can help us become more empathetic and compassionate towards others' actions. Because some people do mean well even if delivery or executive falls short. I don't mean to excuse persons who do things maliciously or deliberately with intent to hurt. Not everyone's gonna like you, and that's okay. Same as you don't have to like everyone. No one's entitled to your affection or admiration or you to theirs. You don't get to have shit you can't afford. Never go into debt for the sake of keeping up with the Joneses. It doesn't matter whose fault it is you are hurt, it is your hurt. Follow your dreams is for 1% of the population. The rest just need to find something they don't hate that pays the bills. Replace, "I don't have time for that," with, "That isn't a top priority right now," and evaluate how that makes you feel. Replace, "I don't have time to take a music class," with, "Learning guitar isn't a top priority right now." If that feels all right to you, take it off your plate and revisit it when you have more time. Now replace, "I don't have time to work out," with, "My health isn't a top priority right now." Personally, that was the kick in the pants I needed to refocus my time. You're not very important in most people's lives. Even to friends, you're but a footnote in the grand scheme of things. A piece of advice about friendship as an adult. Don't make it hard, a chore to be your friend. By the way, I'm a guy, so I'm sorry for responding. That many of us are pretty average or mediocre. And that's really okay. There are fates far worse than death. When it's not a pandemic, check out your local ICU for all the alcoholics who have rotted out their livers, people who didn't wear seatbelts and got ejected from their cars and are now paralyzed or with extensive fractures involving external fixation. Don't Google that unless you want to gouge your eyes out. Or the random debilitating cardiac events like a stroke which take a fully functional person and turn them into the equivalent of a cabbage, just racking up the pressure injuries and ventilator bills for the rest of what is considered their lives, never getting out of bed, breathing for themselves, or having normal brain function. That's why they tell you it's bad to drink and smoke, always wear your seatbelt, and to take care of your body. Your ex is almost certainly not actually a narcissist and/or sociopath. It is statistically unlikely. They just did things you didn't like.